Welcome once more to Final Fantasy XIV. We are currently in Charlian to unlock the third and so far final variant dungeon for Endwalker and a variant dungeon overall so far. Stranger from Paradise. Shalomu has a job for a certain adventure. Desiree, in the mood for an odd job, are we? Your arrival is more fortuitous, for I received a request for your assistance but a moment ago. It was written by Papa Soon, a Fafnarian alchemist on behalf of an acquaintance of yours. What was his name again? Ah yes, Mattia. Rings familiar, I hope? A fisherman, yeah. Good. It seems your fisher friend is in a spot of trouble and this Passasun believes you're the one to get him out of it. That is, of course, assuming you have room in your schedule. He doesn't want me to peddle his wares again, does he? I'd be glad to help a friend in need, especially one to whom I am indebted. That's a yes then. Thank you, Desiree. While I myself am not familiar with the details of the request, Passasun should be happy to explain everything. I believe he can be found in the great work. May the job prove free of hitches, hindrances, and headaches. So, where exactly do we find Passasun? Not with Nidana, so... yeah. Hello? Oh, you must be Desiree. The cleaner sent you here? I have? Very good. You have no idea how relieved I am that you've come. As you may have guessed, I'm Passasun. I work as an alchemist here at the Great Work, and Matsuya is one of my oldest and dearest friends. This is a problem which has proven quite difficult to unravel. Nevertheless, he is loath to ask you for help. And so I took it upon myself to reach out to you without his knowledge, for both his sake and the sake of a little one fate has brought into our lives. Little one? He'll be along soon to sell his most recent catch, which should prove a perfect opportunity to convince him that we require your aid. We'll be sure to catch his attention if we wait outside. Follow me, Desiree? Is that Desiree? Why, I didn't know you and Passasun were acquainted.
Master Matsuya, who's this mighty hunter? Her arms are fake mighty roots, unlike Passasun's slim seaweed limbs, which shrivel in the sun.
Huh. Talking bird. I would have you know that I'm an alchemist by trade. I work with my mind, not my body. I need to remind you that this was my knowledge that allowed me to nurse you back to health. Surely a little respect isn't too much to ask. That's the little one? Have a look on your face, I take it you understood Kalika's commentary. This is the little one I mentioned to you before. In spite of his forthright nature, Matsuya and I have become quite taken with him. I apologize for contacting Desiree without consulting you before, and I know you didn't want to burden her with these troubles, but I'm afraid I see no other recourse. Well, since you've come all this way, I suppose it would be foolish of me not to tell you everything. But it's of course, if you would like to hear it. Very well. Several days ago, I found this tiny bird on the shore, breathing faintly and unconscious. Passasun and I took him in and watched over him day and night, unsure if he would ever awake. For mercy he did, and then, to our surprise, he spoke. Go to the Southern Isles. What isles are these, you may wonder? Kalika, would you explain?
Certainly, Master Matsuya. Your wish is my command. The South Sea Isles, I believe your kind call them. Remote and mysterious to set. I hail from there, from one in the west by the name of Aloalo. It was home to a people thousands of years ago, of whom now no trace remains, save for a grand shrine and the great statue of a speaker enshrined within. The statue was embedded with a glorious gemstone, which bestowed vitality and beauty to the island. Nowhere else did nature thrive so. Long after the builders vanished, others would cross the sea to bask in its bounty. However, a century ago, from the ocean deep, broiling flames burst forth, forcing the residents of Aloalo to flee, and so the animals, who no longer had to fear the hunter's arrows, laid claim to the island's gifts. As Aloalo healed, ravenous beasts grew plentiful and the rivers became choked with fish. They breed and feast unchecked, and not even the Speaker's blessing can forestall the island's gradual descent into a barren wasteland. As a Speaker's servant, it fell to me to go forth and save my dear home, so I rode the waves upon a floating coconut in search of a mighty hunter. Although the ocean could have swallowed me whole at any moment, I looked to the horizon without fear. I had faith that the Speaker would guide me through, and I was right. Master Matsuya is the very hunter who will save Aloalo.
You see now the source of my distress? The very thought of facing ravenous beasts makes my trunk shiver in fear. But you could be the hunter our little friend seeks, and set your hunger for exploration besides. Admittedly, I did not ask because I thought such a trifling task would be beneath you, but... You had me at Grand Shrine.
If you're as accomplished as Master Matsuya says, I would welcome you to Aloalo with open wings. There's one catch, however. Master Matsuya must come, you see. The Speaker guided me into his embrace, and that's a sign I cannot ignore.
I've ever had a soft spot for small defenseless creatures, and while I'm no man of action, I possess knowledge of the South Seas, which may put wind in your sails as well. Many of the fish native to the Isles are prized for their rare properties, and would make a fine gift for any alchemist. Nidana would be most impressed if you were to brave unknown waters and bring her a few. A gift for Nidana? I'm in. Yes, I'll go and find the plumbest fish I can find. As for you, Desiree, it seems I must burden you with my troubles after all. I know it's a lot to ask, but please, travel with me to Aloalo Island.
Master Matsuya, you were resolved well. Every moment I become more certain of your success. Now that's the part before the swell of courage recedes. Aloalo is south from here, as the albatross flies. You know it by the unusually large canopies.
No, Kalika, you must stay here. The wounds you suffered have yet to heal.
Rather presumptuous of you to command me thus, but you're right. I can scarce lift my wings for the pain.
Fear not. Your instructions are more than clear enough to guide Desiree and Matsuya to Aloalo Island. Since I can't accompany you, I see to the commissioning of a vessel for your voyage. Once you're ready to depart, let us rendezvous in Yetlimat. What are you? What was that? Did you hear that, Sosone? A jewel bigger than you, just waiting for someone to sail to that island and give it a new home. Can't say I made out every little bit, Jijime, but I got the salient points. Treasure South Sea Isles, right for the plugging, eh? Seems we are onto something with this wild chocobo chase, Brim. Rumors of wild witches rarely pay off this well. Aye, but that lot might be after the same thing. We'd be in for some competition. No need to get your small claws in a twist over one fisherman that is hired help. These ears aren't just for show, you know. I heard them spill the exact location. This score smells bigger than the Melvan Gate one. I wager we'll be richer than kings. Get your gear in order, you two. We're commandeering the first skiff we lay eyes on. No.
How cool to have been entrusted with this sacred duty yet forced to wait and pray for another success.
There you are. Did you spy the commotion on your way here? Commotion? It seems a trio of masked scoundrels absconded with one of the smaller ships. The Radiant host attempting to track them down, but the sea is vast and the thieves long gone. Let's give thanks that they did not choose our vessel. Ah yes, Matsuya wanted me to tell you that he has returned to Akiali to wrap up some loose ends of his work while you make ready to depart. Now that you have arrived, I shall send word. Kalika and I may be staying behind, but that doesn't mean we can't make ourselves useful. We've given the skipper directions to Aloalo Island, and she is confident that she can deliver you without issue. The rest depends on you, my friend. Variant Dungeon, Aloalo Island, now accessible. Good. Registered for duty. Yes, I go alone. For recording, that is always preferable. Look, 3 paths forward. Which one should we take? Did you up to me? I take this path. Yep, that's the one we take today. The right path leads up into the mountains. The center path leads into the forest. The left path goes along the beach. I see we're of the same mind. Our adventure starts off on the right foot. The scenery reminds me of home. The ocean carved out these caves over countless years. Suppose we should be grateful the waves are mild at the moment. I don't think my fishing hook will be of use here. I'd rather not do that again. He didn't do much. Huh? We're on fire! Do you think the monsters prefer rainy days over sunny days? Boss claws will cut us in two. A crab that big could feed a whole village. Is that Aloalo? But Kalika said that the people of this island had fled long ago. Or Aloalo bandit. You're here too? But I must be on the right track. If it's all the same to you, I'll go on ahead. Mind keeping my pet company in the meantime? Quack quack. The piece is made from wood. Where did I find it? Question. Made magic. Axe or something? Conjured weapon from thin air. Rings. Yeah, it was clear that rings have a ring attack. More weapons. Both hammers look heavy enough to shatter stone. And push. Push. And push. Next form of the cone. Calls monsters to its aid. Don't let them catch you. Be careful. The flames move like waves. Well, that's the right one. Me. You made it. None of its weapons could match yours, Desiree. And if it is Storming doing the first boss fight, so entirely random, they change a few mechanics, namely instead of hammers, the beast has some blade movements. And the fire analysis gets exchanged for lightning water beasts. I won't say no to treasure, but what I'm really here for is fish. So that was a deco item and a token. I thought that would be end of us, but it seems fate has more fishing in store. This looks like a great spot to cast my rod. These ships all went aground, not even Fafnir's stormy shores have claimed so many. It's always was when I fly. Calamari, huh? Desiree, a moment. I want to take a look here. This looks like a good spot to fish. Can we stop for a moment? Now, like every variant quest, we can make choices that determine which path we take and what boss we meet and what boss mechanics we meet. Although only the first choice of which path you take really determines which boss comes. The rest only changes boss mechanics, and there's a total of 12 paths as always. On the left route we've taken along the beach, we get paths 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the choice we make here, do we let Marcia fish, or do we say, let's hurry onward for now? Determines to get path 1 or 2, or path 3 or 4. So, for now, we should press on for path 1 and 2. But if you think so, I'm sure there'll be other spots ahead. Just let us touch should be enough to clear it. Brittle driftwood. Falls apart. Wind made it brittle for us. Now we can pass through. Look, it's that Lala fell before. He's run afoul of some hungry beast. We should probably help him, yes? Now, if we help the Lala fell and he survives this encounter, go away. We go to path 2. Otherwise, if we just let him suffer, we are on path 1. Yeah, you need to heal him because the big ones eventually just shoot at him. Oh, I'm alive. I'm alive. Have you seen you? Not even a word of thanks. I don't look very friendly. That's a great spot to fish just ahead. Let's go this way. Okay. Soul of the South Seas. Ketuduke. Or however you pronounce this. I have no idea. And as always, when we pick the same path Matze does, we get 2 chests for a chance with good loot and mostly junk. It flies! Like something out of a children's tale. Crystals. In any other situation, these crystals would be enchanting. Right now they're explosives. crystal is different from the others. I keep a white buff. These flat crystals are line attacks. A bubble seems to be holding one crystal left. We should keep an eye on that. Crystal gets pushed. The bubbles make the crystals light as air. A single gust of wind will send them flying. Tidal wave. Memory? I'm the kind of scoundrel that shirks his step, so I'll help you out. Just this once. Please again. He said he'd help us, but can we trust him? Plenty of wind and water. That's what you need to call my minions. Show me what you're made of. Now even, so if you excuse me, I got a treasure to plunder. Out and in. Like last time. In. Bubbles again. It didn't help Valhalla fell. He had to run away and hold a grudge. You're in the habit of leaving people for dead? I'll make you wish these beasts had finished me off. There he is again. He doesn't look happy to see us. Water's in the air and I bend it to my will. And he summons a creature to make the mechanics slightly worse. Bloody! Better escape while I still have my hat. And off he goes. But that's the only difference in mechanics here between these two paths. I was frozen in fear, but you had it well in hand this way. Just past that quest looks like a splendid spot to fish. Let's go. It's beautiful. This is a promising spot. I'd best get my rod ready. May hook a wonderful gift from Idana. The creatures of this isle can effortlessly scale cliffs and soar through the sky. Whatever surprises does Aloalo have in store? It's weak, but a bite's a bite. Ah, a puff fire. Rather common in Fafnarian waters, but delicious when prepared correctly. Still, the journey was exciting, so thank you for accompanying me, and since I can still see fish in the water, perhaps I ought to try my luck a little more before we depart. Alright. On to the next attempt. Desiree, a moment. I want to take a look here. This looks like a good spot to fish. Can we stop for a moment? Fish to your heart's content. 4 past 3 and 4. Thank you, Desiree. Let's hope for something big. And we fish for a while. Into the evening hours. Not a single fish I haven't seen before. The tide rises with the setting sun. We should watch our step. And the path is now open here. Fish are close, I know it. Just wait, my fish intuition is telling me to ready my rod. I want to try different bait. Something suitable must be hiding in these sands. Can you help me look? And the choice between this mound of rock and the patch of sand, we find different bait for Matsia, deciding for between path 3 and 4. The patch of sand is path 3, and the mound of rock is path 4. Southern Worm. Yeah, this is perfect. I can feel it. This will lure out something big. To the patient, go the fish. What's this? This is a strong bite. On your guard, Desiree. I think the bait was too tasty. More of them. I can sense this. A great catch is just ahead. Oh, that music is killing me right now. Alright, wherever my recording just stopped, so I will record this. Oh, okay. Another try. It's nice, like something out of a children's tale. Yes, crystals explode. Like 9 attacks. Out. Then in. These are even nastier than the last. Don't let them take a bite over you. So he's flying, so I don't want to be in the bubble. Last one of this wasn't in the bubble, so I needed to be in one. To dodge. Out. Then in. I think we had them both ones I've shown off. We had out then in. It can be the other way around. But when we attack as a different name. Not receding tide, but oncoming tide. Yeah, encroaching tide. Good. Actually, it's both. And if you get the other bait from Matsuya, he fishes up a different monster that also spawns in the boss fight. So this is a slightly different mechanic. You get two monsters, and one of them comes in a bubble and is thereby lifted, and you can avoid its attack. But that's already all the differences. Alright. I was frozen fear. A promising spot. I'd best get my rod ready. May I hook a wonderful gift for Nidana? Action, something else emerged from water. Let us hope it's nothing so formidable as betrayal. Someone to fight up, but I won't let you get away! Oh my Desiree, I've plucked many prizes from the sea, but nothing quite like this. We have been blessed with a great fortune indeed. But would an alchemist have any use for it, I wonder? I'll ask Pastor soon to study it as soon as we return. Thank you, Desiree, for watching over me. Okay, Pastor soon. Welcome back, Desiree. Your journey to the island has left you none the worse for wear, I'm pleased to see. While I cannot wait to hear the full account, I'm sure you wish to take your ease after such a trying expedition. Matsuya is gone ahead to find a place we can sit and converse in peace. Let us go to him. Now, if you're all comfortable, pray tell us of your experiences on Aloalo. There was danger and death around every corner, but that rather grim aspect was mitigated somewhat by the incredible beauty. The waters surrounding the isle were teeming with fish. My peers might find this bounty tempting, but the number of wrecks on Aloalo's shores make plain the great risk inherent in pursuing it.
The shallows are not so different from those of Fafnir. Like our courageous skipper, I'm sure your friends will be better suited than most to brave Aloalo's waters.
It was a journey full of twists, turns, and fish besides. I'm glad I was compelled to embark upon it with Desiree, but glad still to be home.
But I trust you understand this was but the first of many, yes? A single hut will not suffice to keep Aloalo's many predators in check. Do not forget its waters are teeming with fish rare and remarkable, all of which would make fine gifts for your dear Nidana. So please, you must promise me that this expedition will not be your last.
Yes, of course. But I wouldn't dare brave Aloalo alone. Desiree, I hate to impose upon you further, but I would be most grateful to have your resolute company again. For Kalika and Nidana both. Of course. Oh, thank you, thank you. With luck, your appetite for adventure will be sated. I know mine own will be 1,000 times over. I only hope other treasure hunters haven't caught wind of the island's many curiosities. Those ruffians we face in the wooden beast they set upon us are complications I'm rather not content with again.
People on Aloalo? How odd, to say nothing of his wooden beast. To command such constructs requires an intimate knowledge of a Kanima. Perhaps these thieves you encountered were a step above common with filth? Perhaps they lurked in shadow as I spoke carelessly of Aloalo's secrets?
The stolen ship from before. I report this to the Radiant Host, just in case Kalika's hunch is correct. Thank you, Passasoon.
Whoever they are, we must see them in chains before they defile my home again. If only my wings were healed, I would give them a buffeting they would not soon forget.
Now, enough talk of adventure. I best get this fish to Nidana before it spoils. Thank you, Desiree, for everything. Especially you are keeping Matsia safe. For my part, I must write down your tale before it fades from my memory. Who knows, my records may prove useful when next you visit Aloalo Island. I take it you will be returning to Old Sharlayan soon? When you do, please give Shalomur my regards. Good, but I won't finish the quest now, because the flashback Matsia, or the character who accompanies us, is having in variant dungeons is dependent on the first run you do after picking up the quest. And I want to see all the other ones too. So if you take the left path, the center path, or the right path in the beginning, and what we encounter. So I abandon it, we take a quest, and we go on our next trip in another episode. And then, I'm Mason, don't get lost.